Now to line one, and we're going to speak with Pam Parsons, the MHA for Harbour Grace Port de Grave. Hi, Pam.
Good morning, Linda. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I hope you're enjoying the summer. We're having some great weather.
Indeed we are.
I don't think anybody can complain about that great weather that we're having.
No, indeed. And of course, the route for many people to get to Dildo is down through Tilton. Are you guys seeing any residual benefits from that?
Well, that's right. You go through the community of Tilton, the town of Tilton, which belongs to the town of Spaniards Bay, and you go on up to the Tilton Barrens. I actually made a trip over myself a couple of weeks ago and visited the brewery over there in the museum, and I must say it's a beautiful, picturesque community, and it's great to see every community recognized for the natural beauty that we have, and I think we're all happy for the residents of Dildo and the great visiting experience that they're experiencing from people, I guess, probably all over the world.
And of course, we know now that more people are going to be beating the road over there, even though it wasn't planned. So the next step, of course, will be to make sure that the infrastructure is up to snuff.
Absolutely. And just recently, actually July 26th, the Premier announced over $123 million in joint funding, and that's going to be invested in 140 communities throughout the regions, all regions throughout the province. And Linda, that funding is made possible through the Investing in Canada plan, and that's a bilateral agreement which the Premier signed with the federal government in September for the next 10 years. So, it's going to be ongoing, and what that means for my district in particular, Harbour Grace Port de Grave, we have $2.8 million that has come to this district through that announcement, and 3 towns in particular will avail of these fundings. One is the long overdue Harvey Street project. And talking about driving, on the roads, it's important. We have so many great things in history to take in throughout a lot of our communities across the province, but it's very important to have the roads and to have the infrastructure, to get there. And Harvey Street has been a priority for a long time, years and years. And I remember I used to drive on the school bus over that road to go to school in Harbour Grace years ago. And like I say, it's a main artery, and I'm happy to say that funding has been announced. Myself and MP Ken MacDonald recently, we held an announcement, and for all 3 Spaniards Bay availing of projects, as well as the town of Bay Roberts and, of course, Harvey Street. And just to give the details on that, the Bay Roberts project, it's the Crossroad project, and that's for upgrades and for the roads there. That one came in at over $1 million, and again, that's funding through the province, the federal government, as well as the municipality. In Harbour Grace, provincial government will provide $514,000, and that's for Phase 4 of the water sewer upgrading on Harvey Street. And the funding, again, cost shared with the federal government as well as the town, and that one comes in at just $1.13 million for that one. And again, these are going to be done in phases. So Harvey Street is quite a long strip of road, a main artery, and it's going to take phases to get it done. But I know council has been very dedicated as well, to get a solution for this. Deputy Mayor Sonia Williams has been very vocal about it. Councillor Tedford, as well as all the councillors, Lotta Byrne, the mayor, and even the previous council, actually.
Who has jurisdiction over Harvey Road or Harvey Street, because years ago when the new highway went in, that's 20 plus years now, hard to believe, the Harvey Road, the jurisdiction for that went back to the town, is that correct?
No, it is still currently the jurisdiction of the provincial government, the main road there.
But it has suffered since that new highway went in.
Well, it has, and it's a parallel road. I guess, the Veterans now serves as like a parallel road. So, people normally would travel through the town to go to Carbonear to do some shopping or to carry on that way, would take Harvey Street at that time. But now, the Veterans is created, as you know, that comes onto the Trans-Canada Highway and leads directly right on into Carbonear. And I also, while we're talking about the Veterans, there has been extensive work done on the Veterans this summer. 14 culverts has been replaced earlier in the tourist season this summer. That road was closed for some time as that work was ongoing. I'm happy to say that those culverts now have been replaced. The road is again open. However, the climbing lanes are still being, they're still working on those climbing lanes because, as you know, we've announced significant funding as well to enhance safety.
And when will that be completed?
As soon as possible. They're working on it all summer, and as long as this construction season goes. But I'm told by the Department for Transportation Works, of course, which I'm the parliamentary secretary for, that they're hoping to clue up as soon as possible in the summer season here, this construction season. And so, again, thank all motorists for their patience and for this, because now is the time, of course, to get this work done into the fall, and we're in great need for these upgrades in this infrastructure.
All right, Pam, we have to leave it there. I have to take another call before the top of the hour. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.